Hi guys, are we live? Can you just post in the this if we are live, then we can start. Okay, are we guys? Are we live? I can't see this yet. Okay. Hi, good evening, everyone. Just let me know if it. Okay, it's live. Okay, cool. Okay, thank you so much. So good to have most of you back with us for this live session. I feel this is one of the most important DILR live sessions that we can take because arrangements is like the core of or the most basic set you can possibly get and do in CAD DILR, and it is one of the basic skills that you should have for DILR section. If you have not hit the like the stream, please like the stream so that it reaches more students and more people can then join in our live test. So you'll get a better idea of how you actually stand with a lot of your peers. So please like and share the stream. We'll also be please, if you have any Telegram groups or WhatsApp groups, please share there so that more students can join. We'll start the session shortly. So if you guys have any other students who are going to be joining in, please share this so that more people join in. And please let me know how generally do you do in when it comes to arrangements in DILR section. A lot of students I know struggle with DILR. This is one of those sections where you can have either a very good day or a very bad day. So for those who are good, who feel they're good at DILR, as well as those who feel that they are not good at DILR, for everyone, this session is important. So please like and share as much as possible. Okay, I think I'm in live over here also. Okay. And before we actually start, I'll give you a basic idea of how to solve so that you have the tools necessary to solve the questions. The arrangement questions that I actually picked in this session are on the tougher side. I feel that if you're able to solve this set in arrangements, the two sets that I picked, you will be able to solve the arrangement questions that actually come in CAD. In last CAD, the arrangement set that came was actually fairly easy, but even then, a lot of students struggle with it. So please make sure that if you are able to solve this arrangement question, good. If you're not, back this up with a whole lot of practice. The reason why arrangements is super important is because every year you get one arrangement set, and the arrangement set is the most easiest and most easily doable set of the entire lot. Personally, I'm a huge fan of arrangement sets because I know that I can always do them, and I can do them within like a short span of time. Within 5-6 minutes I can do it. So if I start off with arrangement set, I know that it sets the tone for the entire section as such, because if you one set down, you get more confidence. If you start off with a LR or DI set, which takes a whole lot of time and you are not actually making any progress, you start feeling nervous, and the minute you start feeling nervous, you kind of tend to lose focus and all. So for that reason, whenever I'm actually taking a DILR section or solving a mock, I first go to the arrangement question. I see all this, I go to the arrangement question and I try to solve it because I like solving it and I know that I can solve it, definitely solve it, and in fixed period of time. So if you have a lot of practice of this particular type of set, it will give you one set you can definitely solve. And honestly, given how CAT cutoffs have been, you kind of need just 3 sets that you need to solve. So if you already have one of those 3 in bag, then you have like you're pretty much set with DILR as such. So before we start, please let me know if you guys are able to hear, if everything is going fine. Just please put in the chat so that I can keep seeing the chat and I know that you guys are able to follow what is going on. At any point of time, you need me to tell you about any part of any type of arrangement, please put that also so that I can explain that in detail. I'll just cover basics of how to actually represent arrangements, how to actually solve them before I will give you the sets. Okay, so let's get started. I'm not seeing any chat, so I'm not sure that if this is working. Wonder home. It's okay. I think it's connecting. Yeah, it's connecting. I think I'm live again. Okay. Okay, I guess I'm live again. Yeah, I think there's like some poor connectivity. I'm sorry for the connectivity issues. I'll try as far as possible that this you guys are you guys able to I think now I'm seeing that the rate is okay. So I think soon you'll be seeing without lag and all. Is it better now? Just check, guys. I think it should be able to stream now well. Okay, skip to live. Yeah, okay, guys, skip to live so that then you can see the live video. Okay, thank you, guys. Sorry for the connectivity issues. They happen like almost every single session. You have to struggle with the connectivity issues. I'm really sorry for that. We'll try to have as many there are two sets in this particular video. We'll be solving them. To take the test live, please go to krakow.in/live. So that will take you to the current live session. I'll be posting questions there so that you can try and solve those questions on your own. I'll give you some time to solve them. And if you are able to solve them, then you will be in the top of the leaderboard. And we are giving those who come in the top 3, we are giving prizes. So please try to solve the sets on your own and solve the sets quickly so that you can be at the top of the leaderboard. I think it's working fine. So let us get started. So before I actually start with this, please like the stream and please share it. We need more students to join in so that you have a good picture of how students are actually doing when it comes to arrangements. So before we start, I'll give you a basic overview of actually how to solve arrangements questions. So if you have a linear arrangement, and linear arrangement can be basically people being arranged in a line. So people standing for a photograph in a line, or people standing in a queue, or people being seated in a row of seats. All of that you have to basically solve by drawing a line like this. Whenever you're told that okay, somebody is at an extremity, you solve by placing that person. So you can say that if somebody is at an extremity, suppose A is at an extremity, then you can have two cases. A is either here, or the second case is A is at the other end. So you start placing people where you know the absolute values, okay, that this person is in the middle or this person is at the end. And then you try to solve the remaining based on the clues that you have. Whenever you are given a negative clue, note it down by like this, say not B. So if it is told that the person over here is not B, then you just put not B over here so that you know that in this slot, you cannot put B in this slot. So whenever you have any logical information that is given, try to encode it as much as possible in the graph. The more you see it in a visual format, the easier it is going to get for you to solve. So whenever you have people either standing in a line, seated in a row, or even people coming according to time. So suppose it is given that somebody comes at 7, then somebody comes at 7:10, then somebody comes at 7:20. You say that let the person coming at 7 be this guy, then this person comes at 7:10, then this person comes at 7:20. So even this is essentially a linear arrangement in a way. So whenever you have something that people are coming in a line, or people are standing in a line, or people are essentially there is a linear arrangement to people, draw a line and try to encode, okay, if these are the two cases, somebody is coming first or somebody is coming last, try to write the clues like this. Whenever you have some idea that, okay, this person comes two spaces after, say suppose it is given that D comes 2 spaces after C, then you encode it like this. You have C, then you put a dash and you put D, and you just write it like this so that you have a block as such. So think of it like a puzzle, and you have to fit different blocks in. So this is one block, and if this is a block, then I can say that okay, C and D can be here, C and D can be here, and similarly you can add the different blocks based on what spaces you have. So always encode all the information you have in blocks like this in visual format as much as possible. So this is if you have linear arrangement. If you have say a circular arrangement, essentially draw a circle and draw all the chairs that are there on the circle. See, in a circular arrangement, it does not matter whether the person is seated, one person is seated over here versus person is seated over here, it doesn't matter. The only thing that really matters is how others are placed according to that person. So if you have A, B, C, D, E, F, versus if you have A, B, C, D, all of these are essentially the same arrangements. So first arrangement and second arrangement are the same, because you get the second arrangement by just tilting the first arrangement by 30 degrees. So in such cases, it doesn't matter who sits where. So in such cases, basically what you do is you draw the circle, and for whomever you have the most amount of information, just start by placing that person. So suppose if I have a lot of information about A, I'll say that I'll place A over here. Then you'll have information about other people with respect to A. So you'll know that, okay, D sits opposite to A. Then you'll say that, okay, I'll place A over here and D sits opposite to A. If it is given that B sits to the left of A, then you will place B over here. If it is given that, suppose it's given that E is 2 to the right of A, then you can say that, okay, 2 to the right is this place. So whenever you have something like this, show on the diagram where people are seated. Pick one spot and place people there. For square table, rectangular table, you do the same thing. Just draw the table and just draw how people are seated on the table. Just remember, in a circle, all spots are identical. In a rectangular table, I'll start with a square table first. In a square table, there are two configurations. This configuration sitting to the right on the same edge is different from this configuration where you're sitting to the left on the edge. So in case of a circle, you can start by placing A in any place. But if you are starting by placing A, you'll have to say that there are two cases to A. A is either on the right hand side or A is on the left hand side. So you can then start off with these two cases, or A is over here or A is over here, and fill it. Similarly, if you have a rectangular table, then you can say that A can be either on the longer side or he can be on the shorter side. He can be on the left of the longer side, he can be on the right of the longer side. He can be on the left on the shorter side, he can be on the right of the shorter side. So you have four cases. You start off by drawing all those cases and just say that, okay, if these are the four cases, according to this, I'm meeting a dead end in this particular configuration. So these are the valid configurations. So whenever you have any arrangement like this, just start by drawing. The last type of arrangement that we'll actually consider is basically what is called as an Einstein's puzzle, or a variation of that, where you basically have to identify which attribute belongs to which person. That is, you will be given 5 people or 6 friends and you will be told, okay, they are wearing this color shirt or this color pant or this color hat, or they are from Mumbai, or which city they are from or which city they are traveling to. So essentially you have to associate attributes to people. So you have to associate, okay, this person is from this city and he's traveling to this city. So whenever you have something like this, if you have to associate two attributes, the way to do it is, what you do is you basically form a table like this. So if you have one attribute, just say that, okay, these are the friends A, B, C, D, E, and these are the attributes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if I am ever told that A has attribute 2, I'll just say that, okay, A has attribute 2, so B and C and etc. cannot have that attribute. Similarly, A cannot have any other attribute. So A is wearing a red color shirt, so nobody else will be wearing the red color shirt, and A cannot wear any other colored shirt. So this is basically like you form a table like this, where you put crosses and ticks whenever you get the right right configuration. So what will happen in the end is that you will say, for example, if there are 4 people, say D, and you get something like this. Now if 3 is not worn by A, C or D, then you can say that B has to wear it. Then you can keep filling the table like this. If you have 2 attributes, you should extend it on both sides of the people. This is one attribute over here and the second attribute you can put over here. This is 1, 2, 3 and so on. Okay, this is if you have 2 attributes. But if you have like 3 attributes, like, okay, this person is from this place, he's going to this place and wearing this shirt. Now if you have 3 attributes, it becomes difficult to actually fit in a table like this. So what do you do? If you have 3 attributes, what you should generally do is do a simpler table. So you say that this is A, B, C and D, and say that this is attribute 1, this is attribute 2, this is attribute 3, and you have some general information about this person. Okay, so for example, if it is given that A is not from Mumbai, so I put information like not Mumbai over here. So by doing this, I can find out where each person is from. So you should use the table format to solve those kind of puzzle kind of questions. So arrangement questions, draw them out. Puzzle kind of questions, form a table like this. So now that you know how to actually approach these kind of questions, let's start with our test. I'll be posting the questions soon. So please tell as many students, as many of your friends as much as possible to join in, so that we can have a more livelier session. So we'll be posting the questions soon. Please let me know if you have any specific queries of how to represent information, and I will try to answer that. Okay, so let's if you guys are ready for the set, if you guys make sure that you have a pen and paper handy. If you guys are ready for the set, just let me know in the chat and we'll post the set soon. Just let me know if you guys are ready. We'll start with the set as such. Okay, let's go. Okay, ready. Okay, fine. Let's go. So I'll be starting with the this set. So I'll just clear this. Okay, so this is the first, okay, is this posting? Yeah, okay, the first set is posted, I think. Just let me know if the first set is visible to you guys. I can't see that on from your end, but just let me know if the first set is posted as such. So you have, I'm not seeing, okay, yeah, I'm able to see now, and you guys will also be able to see it in the video. But if you want to solve the set in a live format, please go to the krakow.in so that you can see that test and you can attempt the test as such. I won't be showing the leaderboard because I want you guys to solve it, and in the middle I'll just try to give you some hints of how to actually go about solving this kind of set. This is slightly on the tougher side. I think CAT would be this level or slightly lower level, slightly lesser than this. Okay. So please view instructions. If you guys are wondering where the test is, go to krakow.in/live, LIVE. There you will see the test and there you will see the questions as such. You will directly see the first question. Hit view instructions to see the instructions as such. Okay. Okay, let me actually start with any questions anybody has put till now. Okay. Okay, Mohit had asked, mocks are the CAT mocks, are the mocks CAT level, or they are slightly more than CAT level? So we have tried as far as possible to be exact CAT level. Essentially in CAT, remember that there is also a band of difficulty. Many people believe that okay, CAT mocks are essentially becoming easier, but that is not the case. In some years you have a harder than usual verbal section, in some years you have a very difficult DILR section, in some years you have a harder than usual Quant section. In general, what you have observed is that Quant section they have kept more or less static, but sometimes you get a very difficult DILR section, sometimes you get a very difficult verbal section. So you have to be essentially ready for a band of difficulty, like a easy difficulty level to difficult sections as such. So all our mocks have varying levels of difficulty from difficult sections, certain difficult sections. In some of our mocks, DILR is difficult, in some of our mocks, VARC is difficult, and in some cases it's easy also. So we want to prepare you for each scenario. But on an average, on a complete level, we have tried to be as close to the CAT level as possible because we don't want to unnecessarily make it much more difficult than it is supposed to be. So we have made it as close to the actual CAT level as possible. Harshit asked, are snap mocks as per latest pattern? This yes, they are. Please go and check them out. We have put them according to the latest pattern. Can you tell us if certain keywords or statements that help us decide which method we should follow in table data and tick cross data? Okay, so table data, Paras, basically you should do table data if you have more than 2 attributes. So essentially, if you have one person and you have to associate, okay, where this attribute belongs to, X attribute belongs to this person, Y attribute belongs to this person. If you have 2 attributes, use the tick and cross method because you can do it. Of more than 2 attributes, it becomes how are you going to actually draw that out? So more than 2 attributes, do the table method. Even at 2 attributes, if you are more comfortable with the table method, do that. So depending on your this, but if you have like 3 attributes, you have to go for the table method. There is no alternative for that. Otherwise, you can do with the tick and cross method. So in this particular question, you see that you have a arrangement across the table and you have their attributes as to like which country they are from. So there's one attribute but there is also arrangement across a rectangular table. So that is also there. How do we represent 5-dimensional data? As in 5-dimensional, as in you have 5 attributes, you have to have a table. So you have to say, okay, this person and attribute 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and have an extra column for representing any additional information. Especially, I just make an extra column to show negative information. So whenever you have negative information, you can't actually fill the table, but you just show in that column saying, okay, this person is not from Mumbai, or this person is not wearing this shirt. So have an extra table for that, extra column for that. So yeah, Saurabh is asking, IIMs have not officially told the actual number of questions. Would mock questions change according to official pattern? See, Saurabh, the tutorial will come out sometime in October. We are not sure when that will happen. But when it does come out, if you wait till then to start taking the mocks, it will be too late. So we had to take a guess of how many questions there will be and make mocks accordingly. Then we can adjust post-tutorial, we can adjust the rest of the mocks accordingly. But essentially, this is our best guess estimate from the fact that your time has reduced, so your questions have to be reduced accordingly. But just start taking mocks, because you need to take at least 15 mocks till CAT. So you should start with 15 mocks in some sectionals. So you can't delay till end of October. So you can't indefinitely delay till the IIM guys release the pattern. So you have to start taking mocks now. Okay. Can we get this set for solving on Krakow app? Okay. If just go for Vaishnava, go to the site, so you'll be able to see it there. You won't be able to see it clearly in the video because there is a lot of actually let me try to make this bigger. Okay, is this better for you guys? Then it will be easier for you to read as such. Okay, so I think now it is easier for you guys to read. Okay, and just go to the website so that you can see the instructions on the website. That is more clearer than reading through the video as such. Okay, I think that is about it. So okay, so let's Yugal asked, ma'am, will they combine blood relation and another topic with puzzle? See, we can never say what they will actually give or not give. Every year they try to surprise you by giving something entirely different. The only thing you can really do is just take a look at all the different types, practice all the different types, and be ready to adapt. Every year they try to surprise you because essentially they want students who are able to think independently and not just think from formula or on basis of what is taught to them. So they will surprise you. You have to be ready for any kind of scenario. So okay, so let's okay, so I hope you guys have started trying to solve this, and I think if I put this big, I'm not able to see, I won't be able to solve, so I'll make it slightly lesser. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so if you guys have started solving, good. If you guys are stuck, and if you guys are stuck, I'll just give you a small clue on how to actually start with the this. So you have 8 friends on a rectangular table. So one side will be longer, one side will be shorter. So you represent it like this. This is your longer side. So there are 2 seats on the longer side and 2 seats on the shorter side. So draw the table like this. Okay. Now, once you have the table, basically search the clues to find out who has the most information about them. So if you see, you have information about Brad and David. So Brad and David have 1 point. Then you have the fact that no 2 friends with the initial of whose names are consecutive are sitting opposite to each other. So it's across the board. Alex hails from Denmark. David does not belong to Brazil. So Alex has 1 point and David has 2. Brad has 1. Person from China and person right to the person from Denmark. Person from Denmark is Alex. So Alex has 2 points about him. Person from Brazil and okay, diagonally opposite Alex. So Alex has 3 points related to him. None of the friends but Alex and Brad are sitting such that the initial of their names are consecutive, and also Alex and Brad are sitting on the same side of the table. So Alex is featured in 4 points as such. So the good point to start from is by placing Alex. Now, in how many ways can you place Alex? You can place him on the left side. This is the right side on the longer side. This is the left side on the longer side. This is the right side on the shorter side, this is the left side on the longer side. Now in this, in one of the clues, it is actually given where you can start off by placing. So read all the clues carefully and try to draw what are the different scenarios, starting scenarios in which Alex can be placed. And know that there are 4 cases, 4 places where 4 clues relating to Alex. So that would be your clue of where to start from. Okay. So I hope you guys are able to at least start off, and I will give you more clues as you start off. So please start drawing this so that you get an idea of where to actually go. Like if you start solving, then you will get into the flow and you will be able to solve the entire set. Let me check if somebody has actually been able to solve the set. Oh yeah, somebody has been, Chakri has been able to solve it, Tanmay has been able to solve it, Mansi, Tanmay, I think you made you are yet to answer one question, and I think Mansi, you missed one question. So I'm very glad that guys have been able to solve it. Please keep, okay, so the first, this is done. Okay, so the questions, the time has been submitted. So I will actually start solving the set so that everybody can understand how to solve such questions. Even if you have not been able to solve the set, just try to solve it along with me so that you know how exactly to go about with these kind of sets. So let us take a look at the set properly. 6 friends, 8 friends, Alex, Brad, Chloe, and I'll just 8 friends, Alex, Brad, Chloe, David, Elsa. Okay, all of these names are basically A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Are sitting around the sides of a rectangular dining table for dinner, such that 2 friends each are sitting on the shorter side as well as the longer side. So that's our table that we have drawn, and each one of them is facing inwards. Each of them is a native of one among Australia, Brazil. So again, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. For each friend country combination, the initials are different. So basically, you won't have Chloe from China, you won't have David from Denmark. The initials have to be different. The person from Haiti is between Brad and David. No 2 friends, the initial is initial of whose names are consecutive are sitting opposite to each other. So you can't have D and E sitting opposite to each other. So you can't have like David and Elsa sitting opposite to each other. Alex hails from Denmark and David does not belong to Brazil. The person from China is sitting the person from China is sitting third to the right of the person from Denmark. The person from Brazil was not sitting on one of the shorter sides and sat diagonally opposite to Alex. None of the friends but Alex and Brad are sitting such that the initial of their names are consecutive letters in either clockwise or anti-clockwise direction. Also, Alex and Brad are sitting on the same side of the table. Chloe has the persons from Australia and Brazil as neighbors. Okay, so these are the questions as such. So how do you actually go about this? See, we have a lot of information about Alex. So we'll try to first place Alex. And once we have placed Alex, we'll then try to solve the questions. Now it is given that Alex is sitting diagonally opposite to the person from Brazil, and the person from Brazil is not seated on one of the shorter sides. So what does that mean? What does diagonally opposite mean? See, these 2 are diagonally opposite, these 2 are diagonally opposite, these 2 are diagonally opposite, these 2 are diagonally opposite. Which means that if the person who is diagonally opposite to you is on the longer side, you yourself are on the longer side. So if the person from Brazil is on the longer side, Alex is on the longer side. Which means that there are 2 combinations possible. First is Alex is on the right hand side. I'm always considering that person facing inwards. So if Alex is facing inwards like this, this is the right edge of the table, this is the left edge of the table. So either Alex is on the right hand side of the table or he's on the left edge. So this is one combination. The other combination is basically Alex is on the left edge like this. So which is 1, 2, 3. I'll just keep some more space so that it's clearer. Yeah. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Okay, so I'm not okay. Yeah, so basically Alex can be on the right hand side or Alex can be on the left hand side over here. So these are the 2 configurations possible because we can infer that he's on the longer side. So these are the 2 places, starting positions on which we can place Alex. See, remember that this position is identical to this position. Why is it identical to that position? Essentially, it is the right hand side on the longer side. So these 2 are the longer sides. So either you place Alex here or Alex here, it doesn't matter. Essentially, you have 4 distinct positions, and there are 2 pairs, there are 2 positions which are identical, this and this, this and this, this and this, and this and this. So you can start off by placing Alex on the longer side. So he can be either on the left hand side or on the right hand side. So you get 2 configurations like this. Okay. So I hope I have everybody is able to follow till here. Now you have placed Alex, and it is given that Alex and Brad are seated on the same side of the table. So which means that Brad is over here and Brad is over here in this case. Okay. Brad and the person from Haiti is sitting between Brad and David, which means if Brad is over here, it is given that Alex hails from Denmark. So this means that this guy is, this is Denmark. So if Alex is not from Haiti, that means that David cannot be over here. So David has to be over here. So this is David over here. Okay. Similarly, if as Alex is from Denmark, that means that David cannot be here. So David has to be on the other side of Brad. So this means that David is over here. Okay. So and that the person from Haiti is over here. Okay. And this is Haiti. Okay. So I have used the first clue. I'll mark it off so that I know exactly how many clues I have left and how I should go about. Remember, another clue is given over here. Friend country combination is different. So that means that Brad cannot be from Brazil. The person from Brazil is actually diagonally opposite to Alex. So basically, if Alex is over here, the guy from Brazil is over here. So this is the guy from Brazil. In this case, this is the guy from Brazil. So I've used the clue number 5. David does not belong to Brazil. So this is not David. And this is also not David. Okay, so I'll write that down. So it's easy for me to remember. So I've used up rule number 3. The person from China is sitting third to the right of the person from Denmark. So person from Denmark is Alex. Third to the right would be, if you place yourself in that position, Brad is 1 to the right. The guy from Haiti is 2 to the right. David from China is 3 to the right. So that would mean that David is from China. In this case, it would be 1, 2, 3. So the guy from China is this person. Okay, so this person is the third from person from, this is third to the right from person from Denmark. So I've used up rule 4 also. None of the friends but Alex and Brad are sitting such that the initials of their names are consecutive letters. So basically that means that Chloe cannot be here, and because she'll be next to B and D. Also Chloe cannot be here, and E and F, all of these consecutive letters cannot be together. Chloe has persons from Australia and Brazil as neighbors. Now if she has Australia and Brazil as neighbors, where would she be? So Brazil is over here, this is David. So this means that this has to be Chloe. Otherwise she won't have Australia and Brazil as neighbors. This is David over here. So this means that this is Chloe and this is the person from Australia. In this case, this guy is Brazil, this is David. So this is Chloe over here and this is Australia. But this violates a condition. What is the condition? That the friend and country combination has to be unique. So Chloe cannot be from China because their letters are identical. So Chloe cannot be from China, which means that this configuration is gone. So our only configuration that we have to consider is this one over here. Chloe is not from China. So this means that Chloe is over here. The person from Australia is over here. Okay, so we have used up rule number 7 also. So now we have to consider where everybody else is. Given that Chloe is here, David is from China, this person from Haiti is over here, Alex is from Denmark, Brad is, so all of this information is given. Now no two friends, the initial is consecutive sitting opposite to each other, and none of the friends, so basically we have to see that, see if Brad is sitting here, then Chloe is anyway here, so Chloe won't be over there. We have placed Denmark, Haiti, China, Brazil, Australia. So who else is left? Australia, Brazil, China is done. Denmark is done. So ABCD is done. Egypt is left. France is left. Germany is left as such. So Chloe can be Egypt, France or Germany. Brad can be Egypt, France or Germany. There is no restriction as such. Now in this case, Chloe cannot have David on the side. This is not David anyway. And people who have consecutive this cannot be even opposite each other as such, are not even sitting opposite each other. So David will not be sitting opposite E, so this cannot be E, this cannot be Elsa. Similarly, this cannot be, anyway this is not Chloe. So A, B, C, D is done. E, F, G, H is remaining. So Elsa, Fred, Gary and Harry are remaining. Now this cannot be Harry because same letters as such, and so this basically means that none of the no two friends are sitting opposite to each other. So this we have Egypt left, France, Germany left, and this left. So what other rules do I have that I have not really used? See, David and this is there. So this is not Australia. Is there any rule I have not used as such? None of the friends are initials are this. Also Alex and this are on the same side. No two friends are on the same side. So I know that, okay, E, F, G, H I have to put. This is not Harry. This is also not E, because then E and D will be in the same this. So this has to be G or F or G. If it is F, this is Chloe. Chloe will be from, she's opposite Denmark, and okay, so this has to be either F or G. If this is Brazil, okay, wait, E, F, G, H, this is not E, this is not E, this is also not E, so E has to be over here, so this has to be Elsa. See, E cannot be here because over here or over here, because E cannot be next to David. Similarly, E cannot be in the same place. It's given that E is not over here. I'm not sure why E is not over here. E cannot be opposite David also. So E is also not over here. So this is Elsa. So we have placed E also. So we have F, G and H remaining. Now F cannot be over here. And F cannot be over here, so F only can be over, F cannot be opposite Elsa, F cannot be next to Elsa. So this is F over here, which is Fred. Now we have G and H remaining. H cannot be in Haiti, so this must be G. So this is Gary and this is Harry. Okay, so we have the condition that you have Alex from Denmark, Brad, Gary from Haiti, David from China, Fred from Brazil, Chloe, Harry from Australia and Elsa. Now we don't know we know the nationalities for everybody other than Brad, Chloe and Elsa. For Alex we know, for Gary we know, for David we know, Fred we know. So we know for everybody other than Elsa, Barry, other than Chloe, Elsa and Brad. Okay, so this is as I hope everybody has been able to follow till now. Again over here let us check condition 2 and 3. So basically, which countries are left? We have Egypt, France and Germany left. Those countries have not been put. So Elsa cannot be Egypt, she can be either France or Germany. And Brad can be Egypt, France or Germany. And Chloe can be Egypt, France or Germany. So that configuration cannot be determined as such. No two persons with whose consecutives are initial are sitting opposite to each other. So Alex is with Chloe, not consecutive. Brad is with Fred, not consecutive. Gary with Elsa, not consecutive. David with Harry, not consecutive. So that condition was also met. So 2 is also done. And nobody who is consecutive letters other than Alex and Brad. So Alex and Brad, Brad and Gary not consecutive, Gary and David not consecutive, David and Fred not consecutive. Yeah. So all the conditions are met. So this is the final configuration that we can reach. Okay. So we can now start answering questions based on this final configuration. For how many persons is it possible to determine exactly the country from which they belong? So other than Brad, Chloe and Elsa, we know for everybody else. So other than these 3, for the other 5 we know. So we know Alex, Haiti, Alex, Gary, David, Fred and Harry. So that is 5 people. So the right answer to this question is 5 people. Okay, I hope everybody is able to follow. Please just let me know if anybody is able to follow, if anybody is struggling with this. So let's go to the second question. If Chloe, sorry about that, I have written on top of it, so I'll just read the question. If Chloe does not belong to Egypt, so Chloe is not Egypt. So if Chloe is not Egypt, Elsa cannot be Egypt, then Brad has to be Egypt. Then who sits third from the third to the left of the person from Egypt? So Elsa cannot be Egypt because it's the same letter. Chloe is not from Egypt. Then Brad is from Egypt. And third to the left would be Alex is 1 to the left, Elsa is 2nd to the left, Harry is 3rd to the left. So the right answer is option B, Harry. Okay, so the answer is B, Harry. Let's take a look at the third question. Who among these sits on one of the shorter sides? So you have Gary, David, Elsa and Harry. So not Fred, not Alex, not so Gary. Gary is sitting on one of the shorter sides. The remaining 3 are not seated on the shorter side. And the last question is, if Alex and Gary are, oh, I'm sorry, it is keeping the color, so I'll just remove that. It's keeping the text, so it's getting confusing. If Alex and Gary are neighbors of the person from France, then which of the following pairs of countries sit opposite to each other? So the person from France is, we don't know. So basically Alex and Gary are the person, so Brad has to be from France in that case. Now if Brad is from France, then which of the following, Elsa cannot be from Egypt, so Chloe has to be from Egypt, and then Elsa will be from Germany. Okay, so in this case, who are sitting opposite to each other? Egypt and Denmark, yes, Egypt and Denmark are seated opposite to each other. France and China are not seated. France and Brazil are seated opposite. Germany and China, no. Australia and China. France and Egypt, no. It is France is opposite Brazil. So the right answer is Egypt and Denmark are seated opposite to each other. So the right answer is option A. Now, I'm not able to see the updated chat, but I hope you guys were able to follow it. See, essentially, you have to go step by step. Draw the 2 scenarios out. When you reach an impasse, cancel out one of the configurations. Here we got that Chloe will have to be from China, so we can end the configuration right there. Then you got the final configuration based on the other other case as such. So this is basically how you solve questions based on arrangement. This was a difficult question. If you're able to solve it, very, very good. I know that Chakri was able to solve it. Tanmay was able to get most of the questions right. And a lot of people were able to get the set almost entirely. So very, very good first attempt. So please keep practicing. You will be able to get this eventually. So please keep practicing. We'll start the next set soon. So let me know if you guys are ready and I'll post the next set. The next set is a easier one. I'm sorry, this is a harder set as such. So if you guys had struggled with this, please know that the next set is slightly easier. So let me know if you guys are ready for the next set or if you guys are still trying to work your way through this current solution as such. Okay, so if you guys are ready, just let me know and I'll post the next set. Also, please guys, like and share the stream. The more students see this, the better it is going to be for everybody. Everybody will then benefit as such. So please like and share the stream. Good job Chakri, good job Tanmay, and good job Mansi. Those who come in the top 3 will get our cat mocks plus daily target package for free. If you are already a premium user, you can give it to anybody you want as such. So please like and share so that more students can actually join in and you will have a better idea of how you stand with respect to your peers. Okay, so if everybody is ready, I'll post the second question. I promise it's going to be slightly easier than this one. So okay, here you go. Okay, and your time has also started. So best of luck, guys. Okay, try to solve it as much as possible. And in the meantime, I'll try to solve any questions or doubts you might have. Also, just remember that as far as possible, focus on representing the information. If you represent the information properly, you will get the answer easily. So focus on that. And please ask me if you have any particular I think we'll also be trying to give t-shirts to the top 3 winners. So either you'll get the t-shirt or the package. I'm not sure right now, but please attempt the live test so that if you come in the top 3, you'll get the t-shirt as such. Also guys, please like and share the stream so that others can see the stream and also participate. Okay, and if any of you is wondering what course you can join, we had a 50-day course which started recently. It was launched recently, so you can still join that. And in that course, basically for every day you will be given concepts to learn, you will be given videos to see, and once you see those videos, you will be given tests to basically check whether you have understood the concepts. And we have like an extensive coverage of DILR. So if you struggle in DILR, I have essentially covered every single type of DILR, from linear arrangement, circular arrangement, square arrangement, everything, with their videos, with their questions. So if you need specific training for that, please take a look at our course. Okay. And if you have any questions, please keep posting here. I'll try to answer them as much as possible. Okay. 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 And I'll actually make this slightly larger, because I know some people are struggling to see these things. Yeah. Okay. So try to solve this try to solve this set. It's easier, have some confidence. A lot of students are, if you attempt the set, at least you will know whether or not how far along you are in the course. So don't get intimidated by the sets. Try to attempt them as much as possible. Aditya asks, my present stats and VARC DIS 22 is 16, 10, 15 with 100% accuracy. Where to focus more? So if you're doing 100% accuracy, that is great. See, whenever I ask somebody to actually, when I'm asking your like somebody to work on their strategy, what I generally say is that focus on improving accuracy, and once you have a good accuracy, then you can focus on improving your attempt rate. In this case, if you have 100% accuracy, very well done. You have done like the first part very well. The second part would be to actually make sure that you increase your attempt rate from like 16, 10, 15, especially in DILR, 10 would be very, very borderline, and I don't think that's a safe attempt as such to make. 10 might be enough, nobody knows, but I would suggest that make sure that you solve more, at least in DILR. And especially if you have an easy quant section, you will have higher cutoffs as such. So what you should actually focus on is basically improving the attempt rate. Attempt rate, there is no easy way to improve it. The only way you can actually improve attempt rate is by solving. So the more you practice, the more you get into this zone of solving, where you quickly solve whatever is put in front of you. You immediately go into the zone and solve it. So just keep on solving as much as you get, as many different kinds of things as you get. So basically, if you are leaving questions from a particular topic where you are not confident, solve topic tests from that particular this. If you are weak in a particular section like DILR, try to solve more sectionals from that particular topic. So DILR sectionals, and solve as many mocks from now to CAT. What I would suggest is that if anybody is starting out or doesn't know exactly how to get that next boost in their percentile, what I've basically seen is the biggest differentiator between good students, very good students, and students who struggle is basically the number of mocks they take. A lot of students who struggle also watch a lot of videos and solve a lot of smaller tests, but they maybe because of lack of confidence or some reason like that, they don't solve a whole lot of mocks. The students who consistently do well in mocks are the ones who take a mock every weekend, come what may. So irrespective of whether you have a lot of work, you have any exam coming up, just make sure that you at least take one mock every weekend. That should be the bare minimum you should hit from now to CAT as such. So that is basically what makes for like very, very good students as such. Okay, and I'll try to answer more questions from this. Okay. Also, if you guys are struggling with Quant, I have covered entire the Quant syllabus, the entire revision of Quant. It's there on our YouTube channel. Please go through that. Essentially, it will give you a quick. Essentially, I think it's like 3 hours. Part 1 and part 2 combined, but in that 3 hours I've covered everything that is there in Quant. So that's a important place for you to firstly revise, and secondly also check what areas you might have missed out on. So please take a look at that particular video. I hope some guys have started answering the set, and no, nobody has answered the set till now. There are only 2 minutes left, so please guys start trying to hurry up and try to answer the set. I want to see who actually comes first in this. This is a difficult test as such. It's not an easy one, but if you're able to solve this, you'll do well in CAT arrangement sets, at least in just arrangements in DILR. Moreover, I generally feel that arrangements are a basic skill to have. It's like if you do well in arithmetic, you have a very good chance of doing well in all quant. If you do well in arrangements, you have a very good chance of doing well overall in DILR section. So please make this essentially the foundation of which you build your DILR section as such. It might be my personal preference. I like arrangement questions, but I just feel that they are very deterministic. At times, what has happened is that some DI sets can be very huge time sink as such, and you might not realize it on when you start it. But like, for example, if there is enumeration or something like that, you can suddenly end up losing like 10-15 minutes, 15 minutes or so, and that's a big waste of time as such. Arrangement questions will never be a huge time sink. That's the beauty of them. You will, if you are able to solve it, you will be able to solve it quickly. So and mostly if you practice a lot of arrangement questions, you will be able to solve it. So given that kind of characteristics, it's always something that I start off from. Okay, somebody is asking does the mock test from Krakow are the latest pattern, that is 2 hours? Yes, Gayatri, they are the latest pattern. So you can be rest assured we are following the latest pattern. And Rohan is asking what is the difference between time mocks and Krakow mocks. Can you explain, please? See, Rohan, irrespective of which classroom is giving you mocks, most of us are following the same this. You're trying to be as close to CAT as possible. The difference might just be in how much variation we can show in that, how many different types of sets we can show, just basically that. And I would suggest, I maybe might not be this, but I would always suggest all of my students to take mocks as much as possible. So if you already have time mocks, please take it. There is no this as such. So I want the best for my students. So take Krakow mocks, take time mocks, take as many mocks as possible. I would ideally suggest that if you have time, take mocks from as many mocks as possible. Over the course of the year, you should take something like 20 plus mocks. So take from different institutes, take as many mocks as possible. There is no competition there, because essentially as many different kinds of mocks you do, the better you're going to be as a student. So as my student, I wish that you do better. I really don't begrudge anybody else this. So do it from as many institutes as possible. Okay, and I think I should start solving, so that it's been quite some time. Let me check if somebody has been able to solve this. Yes, Chakri has been able to solve most of it. Satya also has done well over here. Khushbu has, I think, gotten this set right. I don't think you attempted the previous set. That's why, because if you join in late, sometimes you are not able to attempt the first set as such. So please try to join in time, so that more people can actually get a chance to solve the set in time. I just put 8 minutes over here, because the thing is that you're going to have 8 minutes, lesser time to solve sets from in the shorter patterns. I want students to mentally get adapted to the fact that they're going to have lesser time to do LR, DILR sets. So let's take a look at the set as such. So in this set, you have 6 friends, and they went to different number of hill stations among Ooty, Kodaikanal, Coorg, Yercaud, Lavasa and Munnar. The number of hill stations visited by each of these 6 friends is different, and each person visited at least 1 hill station. So there are 6 hill stations. So how many different ways can you actually go to 6 hill station? You can be going to just 1 station, 2 station, 3 station till 6. Since everybody has visited at least 1 station, that means that the number of hill stations that each has visited will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's show that with the table. I hope I am visible to everybody. So this is A, B, okay, there is no A, B, C, D. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 4. Keep extra row here for like column totals and row totals. So this is A, Amar, Shravan, Karthik, Preetham, Raj and Chirag, and they went to Ooty, Kodaikanal, Coorg, Yercaud, Lavasa and Munnar, and they went to different numbers. So basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 1 person went to 1 hill station, 1 person went to 2 and so on. So if this is the case, what is the total number of visits? Total number of visits would be the sum of this, which is 21. So this means that if you consider all the row totals, the total of all row totals should be 21. Similarly, the total of all column totals should also be 21. So start off with this kind of a table, so that you can start off by filling that table as such. Okay. Now let's go through the rules one by one. Any person who went to Ooty visited Kodaikanal too. So if you went to Ooty, that means that Kodaikanal you have also done. So number of people who went to Ooty will be less than number of people who went to Kodaikanal, less than or equal to. So basically you went to, it can't be more, because that would mean that some guy went to Ooty and didn't go to Kodaikanal. The second is no person who did not visit Yercaud visited Lavasa. So basically Lavasa means that you went to Yercaud as well. Number of people who went to Lavasa will be less than or equal to number of people who went to Yercaud. A person can either go to visit both Coorg and Munnar or none of the two. So basically if you go to Coorg, you have to go to Munnar, and if you go to Munnar, you have to go to Coorg, which means the number of people who went to Coorg would be equal to number of people who went to Munnar. Okay. So that is, I have encoded the first three rules as such. Karthik did not go to Munnar. So Munnar, Kodaikanal and Lavasa. Okay. If you don't go to Munnar, you can't go to Coorg. If you don't go to Kodaikanal, you can't go to Ooty either. So essentially all these 5 are crossed, and everybody went to at least one hill station. So it means that he went to Yercaud. So this is 1. Okay. So of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1 is done. Okay. So this is completely used up. The number of places visited by Amar is greater than the number of places visited by Chirag. So this is greater than Chirag. Okay. Lavasa was one of the places visited by Preetham. So Lavasa is a tick for Preetham, and Lavasa means that Yercaud also has to be a tick. So this is also done. Chirag visited Ooty and Raj visited Coorg. If you go to Chirag visited Ooty, but if you have to go to Ooty, you will have to go to Kodaikanal as well. And Raj visited Coorg, but if you go to Coorg, then you have to go to Munnar as well. So this is also done. Preetham did not visit any place that Amar visited. So that means that whatever I put tick for Amar, I'll have to put cross for Preetham. At least one place visited by Chirag was not visited by Raj. Okay. So of these places, whatever Chirag went to, at least one of these places was not visited by Raj. This is the second set is the last one. And I hope you at least made this kind of tick kind of table. If you guys made this tick table, then you have like taken the first step towards doing well in this kind of a set as such. Okay, so basically try to encode whatever information you have in this table, and go systematically keep going through the rules till you place all the elements as such. Okay, so I have all this information in front of me. So let me take a look at that information. See, for one person, I have to have 2 number of visits. For one, I have to have 3 number of visits. For one, I have to have 4, 5 and 6 visits. Okay. At least one person visited by Chirag was not visited by Raj. So Raj did not go to one place at least. So which means that Raj is not 6. Chirag, Amar went to more places than Chirag, which means that this guy is also not 6. And Preetham did not visit any place that Amar visited. So Preetham cannot also be 6, because essentially he cannot, if Amar has to go to at least one place. So that means that Preetham did not go to all places. Amar, if anybody else it is given, no other person, this number of places visited by Amar is greater than the number of places visited by Chirag, visited by this. Okay, fine. And Preetham did not visit any place that Amar visited. So if he went to these 2 places, that means that Amar did not visit them. So essentially Amar can max visit 4 places. Okay. So he is also not 6. So that means that if this guy is not 6, 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 this guy has to be 6, which means that Shravan went to all places. Okay. Now essentially Amar can be, since he has to be greater than Chirag, so Chirag already has 2. So Amar can be, Chirag can be 2 and Amar can be 3, or Chirag can be 3 and Amar can be 4, and that's about it, because he already has 2 crosses. Okay, so if that is the case, Amar can have either 3 or 4 in it, and that would correspond to Chirag being either 2 or 3. It can be 2 or 4 also. It can be that Chirag went to 2 places and Amar went to 4 places, but essentially Amar can be either 3 or 4, he cannot be 2. Okay, basically he has to be either 3 or 4 as such. Okay. Now let us see the other rules as such. At least one place visited by Chirag was not visited by Raj. So okay, so basically if these two are the places, then Raj at least went to one of these two. No, at least one place visited by Chirag was not visited by Raj. So it can be more than one as such. So let us not interpret it that here. Preetham did not visit any place that Raj visited. So basically if Preetham did not visit any place that Amar visited. So if Amar visited 3 places, then Preetham would max go to 3 places. Then 3 and 3 cannot be the case. So if Amar went to 3 places, then Preetham at max went to 2 places. If Amar went to 4 places, then Preetham can at max go to 2 places. So no matter what, whether Amar went to 3 places or 4 places, Preetham can at max go to 2 places, because essentially otherwise, see, if Amar goes to 3 places and Preetham goes to the remaining 3 places, then both will have 3, which cannot be the case. So at max, Preetham can go to 2 places because Amar has to go to 3 places at least. So that means that Preetham has to max go to 2 places. So this is true. So this is cross. Okay. Now that means that Preetham did not visit any place that Amar did. Now if this is 6, 1, 2, so 3, 4, 5 is left. Okay. Now 3, 4 is over here. This is not 5. And at least one place visited by Chirag was not visited by Raj. Okay, and so let us see the table till now. Any person who visited Ooty visited Kodaikanal as well. Any person, so basically here we have any person who visited this rule I have encoded, but I don't know whether I have used it entirely. No person who did not visit Yerkaud visited Lavasa. A person can either go to, so I have encoded that. I don't know if I have used it up as such. The number of places visited by Amar is greater than the number of places visited by Raj. So this means that, oh, because this guy is now already 2, this guy cannot be 2, and this guy can be only 3 or 4. So this guy cannot be 2, so this guy is 3. So this means that this guy is 4. So this is done. Okay, Amar, I found out all the number of places. This is 3. So basically 1, 2, 3, 4 are done. So this guy is 5. Okay. At least one of the places, so this I have used up. Amar, number of places visited by Amar is greater than the number of places visited by Raj. Okay. Preetham did not visit any place that Amar visited, which is fine. I have already encoded that. At least one place visited by Chirag was not visited by Raj. Okay. Of the 3 places, basically, essentially I am saying that exactly you can't have all of these places, 2 places or 3 places visited by Raj. And essentially Raj has 5 visits. So he is not visited one place, and whatever that place is one place that Chirag has visited. Okay. Now essentially Coorg and Munnar have to be together. Now if I put Coorg tick over here, if I put Coorg, I have to put Munnar also tick, which would mean that this will be 4 or more. So because this is 3, it cannot be 4 or more. So I'll have to put a cross over here. So I have the Coorg row. So 3 people went to Coorg and 3 people went to Munnar. So out of 21, 6 is done. I have to accommodate 15 more. Okay. Now you can't go to you can't go to OT without going to Kodaikanal. So if he went to 5 places, he at least went to Kodai. Similarly, you can't go to Lavasa without going to Yerkaud. So he at least went to Yerkaud. Because if you don't go to Kodaikanal, suddenly 2 will go away. If you don't go to Yerkaud, suddenly 2 places will go away. But he has to visit 5 places. So he'll definitely have gone to Yerkaud. He'll definitely have gone to Kodaikanal. Okay. So Yerkaud is definitely there and Ooty is definitely there. Okay. Now let us consider for Chirag. Okay. For Chirag, you have only Yerkaud and Lavasa left. Now he has to visit 3 places. So one of Yerkaud and Lavasa he has to visit, but he can't go to Lavasa without going to Yerkaud, which means that the 3rd place he visits is Yerkaud and he doesn't actually go to Lavasa, because you can't have it the other way around where he doesn't visit Yerkaud and he visits Lavasa. So Chirag's is determined. Now it is given that at least one place visited by Chirag was not visited by Raj. So among Ooty, so Kodai he visited and Yerkaud he visited. So that means that Raj did not go to Ooty. So that would mean that he went to Lavasa. So this is the final table of who visited where. Amar visited Ooty, Kodai, Coorg and Munnar. And essentially you can read it like this. This guy visited 4 places, 6 places, 1, 2, 5, 3 places. So everything is filled. So now we can answer the questions. So how many people went to Coorg? We can see from the table that 3 people went to Coorg. I think the column total is not visible, so this has to be 3, and even this is 3. Okay. Amar, Shravan, and Raj went to Kurg. Okay. Next question is who among the following? I'll just clear this because it keeps showing that. Okay. Who among the following visited the least number of places? So the least number of places was Karthik. He went to only one place. Who went to the least number of places? Karthik went to the least number of places. Then 7 is how many persons who visited Kodaikanal did not visit Ooty? So Kodaikanal, okay, so only one person who visited Kodaikanal did not visit Ooty. Everybody else went to Ooty. So only Raj didn't do that. So the answer is 1. And the last, this is how many persons did not visit Yerkaud. So only one person did not visit Yerkaud, which is that is answer okay, that is answer 1. So of the people only Amar didn't visit Yerkaud, so the answer over here is 1. Okay, so guys, I hope you were able to answer the set. See, essentially try to solve more sets of these kind. These are difficult sets, but as far as possible, try to solve more sets of this kind. See, essentially the key to solving both sets was representation. Once you started with this table, it would have been easily done. I'm sure most of you would have been able to solve this set if you started off with this representation. Similarly, with the table, if you knew that, okay, I can start off by placing Alex in these 2 positions, you would have been able to solve that set. So the toughest part is actually starting off with the representation. So please try to learn the different representations for different LRDI sets and start practicing. That is the only way you can actually improve. I'm glad a lot of students were able to, I'll just clear this. I'm glad Chakri was able to do this and Satya was able to do this and Khushbu was able to do this. You guys did excellent considering the difficulty of the sets. I'm really happy that you guys did so well in these particular sets. I hope more of you practice from now on and get sets like these. These are difficult sets, but they are doable. Especially if you practice more and more arrangement sets, you will see that you will improve in all DILR sections. So thank you guys for tuning in. I'm glad that you were able to join us today and practice some arrangement questions. The more you practice, the better you're going to get at it. So please keep practicing more DILR sets every day. We give one DILR set free for every day in the CAT daily target. So please go to cracko.in and see our CAT daily target, and you'll get one DILR set every day. So that will essentially give you the daily practice needed for the section. Thank you guys very much for tuning in, and I hope you keep improving. Thank you guys.